Hi there, thanks for tuning in. Welcome to Something for the 40-somethings and above and below. Hope you enjoyed the last blog with Keith Martin, great mate of mine, great bloke. More from him next Tuesday, tune in, but he talked about the 6 factors for health for him. Quick recap on them. He listed personal hygiene, also sleep, the amount and quality of sleep, your chemical life, everything you put on and within your body, your emotional life, clearly, and physical stresses. And spinal health, which is important for the nervous system and all and sundry, and being a chiropractor, that was a big one for him. So I hope you enjoyed that one. A short interlude before I get to the blog here. Somebody got in touch, an old friend of mine I went walking with. It just goes to show it's not just the physical aspect of walking, there's offloading, talking, and the mental well-being as well. So have a little look at that, and then there'll be a little clip offline of Keith and I from last week that we just got talking off camera a little bit, and I just thought it'd be of a little bit of interest in the build-up to this blog. Then there'll be the blog, and I'll be back a little bit later on. Right, well, I'm out here, and I interrupted this blog because it's very important. I'm out having a beautiful walk up in the Avon Valley, and somebody got in touch with me. It's been a while, but normally get in touch over the text, me and him. Used to play with him, play football against him. Good old mate of mine, Tony Staten.
Hi everyone, how
hey,
you doing?
Ton. We were out for a lovely walk this morning, and he saw my first blog, didn't he, Ton? And it struck a few chords with you. What exactly?
Well, very... Bike again, John, sorry.
Towards the bike.
I was very impressed really, Sean. There are obviously quite a few people out there with the same sort of mindset, the same frame of mind, where you know, you like to walk, you like to offload a few things, like to get out, like to exercise. I've got my Fitbit as well going.
We should be working for Fitbit.
Yes. No, it's you know, it's like the feel good factor. You get out, you have a chat, offload a few things. You know, in this beautiful surrounding. What more can you ask for? Really?
You saying walking in the morning is a positive for your creativity?
Get you out of your head.
Yeah.
So get you out of your head.
Yeah.
So what happens is whenever you're on emails, whenever you're on thing, when you're in your prefrontal cortex, you're here thinking about what's going on. It's only 5% of your brain, but we kind of live in here. This is where we live.
Yes.
So you're actually more creative way back here.
Okay.
So you want to try and avoid all that shit for as long as you can and go for a walk, and all the creative stuff will just be flowing all around your head.
I tell you what happens to me as well, about creativity. It's a little swear word. I put a small notepad and pen next to my bed, because I find something, particularly when I was coaching, that maybe I've been at peace at night sleeping or whatever, but I wake up in the morning and
Well, that's definitely when you're at the most.
Yeah, or the opposite, I can't sleep because there is something maybe
There's a voice in your head or something
coming.
Yeah.
So I'll get up and I'll write it down. And a lot of people do that. I've spoken to a lot of coaches do that. A lot of people do it. So that's something. But anyway, morning. I've come up for my morning walk, and this is the next vlog. But something just inspired me, made my day. Somebody I was at school with, who's a couple of years older than me. I just passed him, Robert, I believe. It was early in the morning, and he's out walking. And I don't know if he's watching these vlogs, but he's actually doing something and making a difference. It was really great to see, and some of the feedback I've been getting is awesome, so it's really motivating. It's made me think about talking about motivation. I talk about habits and routine, and I understand that there could be days where you don't actually get out and do your walk, and you could become a little bit demotivated. I've blown it, need to start again, and then you don't, or you get into a bit of a binge. Don't worry about it. I think don't go the next day and try to double up, you know, just get back into your routine, but make sure you go the next day. Try not to have 2 days on the bounce. The other thing, I've been getting people sending me their stats, their figures for their walks, and that's great. I mentioned in my goal setting about having things written down. It could be something simple, Monday to Sunday, up on your wall, in your office, whatever, in the kitchen, on the fridge, where you just put a little tick alongside it. So at the end of the week, you can see I've done 4 to 7 days of walk. You know, 4 days activity, fantastic. You know, what an improvement you've made. Remember, this is just about increasing your activity levels to what it was before. Feeling a little bit better. 2 other things I wanted to mention this week. One, don't jump on the scales every day. That can be a demotivating factor. Your physiological systems when you're training, how your body adapts. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to lose a load of weight in the first couple of weeks. For some people you will, and then maybe you hit a week where you can stay the same. Like, I lost 3.5 pounds the first week of my 8-week plan, personal plan that I'm doing. The following week I lost ½ pound, but I feel so much better. I'm on my walk this morning and I'm coping with it really easy. I'm really enjoying it. So, you know, stick in there. And if you want to share that, just contact me on the button on the website up there, and we can have a chat about it. The second thing is about starting to think about your core. So your core muscles, your back and your sides and your belly, your abdominals. When you're out walking, you can start to think about this. So even if you're listening away to your podcast, happily, merrily going along, you can, what they say in the industry, switch on your core. So I'd like you to do a little bit of research on this. Perhaps I'll put a link in the introduction to this vlog of what you can do. It's basically, you can almost like tense your abdominals, certain areas, and get more familiar with the areas of your abdominals, and start tensing them for 8 to 10 seconds as you're walking. It improves your posture. You'll get a lot more strength. Your walking gait will be far better, and you'll notice it over time. And it's certainly a lot easier than doing 100 sit-ups every day. So yeah, switching on your core is something. I'll probably do a little practical about that in the next vlog, if you like, if I get some good feedback. But you can do it while you're walking. Walking posture is very, very important. So there you go, a little bit of motivation for you. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch to, I promised to show you how I record my information on how I exercise. And I want to encourage you to, those of you who are starting to cope with your walking really well, to think about now, before you go to bed, possibly doing either 10 press-ups or 10 sit-ups. You think in your lifetime now, how many sit-ups and press-ups you've done? There's somebody shaking your head going, oh, I haven't done any, I don't do many at all, I haven't done any since school. Exactly. Maybe start with 5, just before you go to bed. It'll take you less than 20 seconds, half a minute to do that. You're not going to get into bed all hot and sweaty. Save that for the bed. But, you know, you'll be surprised. You start doing that every night, every other night, and you'll see an incredible difference. Do me a favour, start with 5 sit-ups or 5 press-ups. If you can cope with that after a week, tell me how you feel. I did the 22 press-ups for 22 days for the post-traumatic stress disorder. You might have seen it. You can check them out probably on my Facebook or on here on Sean Hawley TV. And do you know what? Come the 22nd day, you could do your 22 press-ups easily. You felt definition and strength in your upper body, my core. It just goes to show, doesn't it? You know, and I don't like doing press-ups, but now I do press-ups every day, just to make me feel a little bit better, a bit stronger. So those of you coping really well, quick recap: add 5 or 10 a night if you can. Try and do it 4-5 times a week. Let's do that. Don't get demotivated if you miss a day. Just carry on your routine the next day. Don't try and double up and do too much. And lastly, switch on your core. All right, switch on your core. Start to really think about tightening up yourself around your midsection. Very, very important. And there'll be a link to show you that in the practical next week. Tune in Tuesday. I've got another installment of the Keith Martin, and we'll be talking about organic foods. And don't forget as well, if you're interested in rugby, I have previews on here on Sean Hawley TV from the Pro 12 and the Aviva Premiership every Thursday, and also highlights of any TV footage I might be involved with as well. Stay tuned. Happy walking.
Hi, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that. I did promise in the last couple of vlogs I would just share with you how I write down my goals, and I'm a bit of a laptop man, having been a coach for so long, so I tend to record everything on here. Now, you don't have to go to this detail, you know. It can be something as simple as, you know, on your fridge, as I said, it could be something as simple as that. You know, you can have a little whiteboard or a little sheet of paper above your desk and just record, tick when you do your walk, or have you fulfilled your 10,000 steps. It's a bit of a motivating factor. It's there, you're committing something. For me, I like to get into this a little bit more, so I thought I'd show you. So if you just bear with me, I'll zoom in on this and you'll see I like to record my thing. So, you know, I'll record, I'm on week 3 at the moment, so I'll record whether I've done my walk, a fasted walk. I just record the time, and because I've got the gadget, it'll just give me an average heart rate. If I go to the gym, I'll record that as well, and just record how long I did it for and what my average heart rate was there, and I'll record my daily steps as well. Now, this gadget, if you've got one, will do all of that for you and give you a printout, but this is just my way of committing and putting things down. As you can see, I'm in week 3, you know, I've gone every day so far this week, and so that'll allow me to have one of the days off on Saturday and Sunday where I'll obviously be working in the job that I do. As we get further down, and if you want to get into a little bit more fitness, you know, I record my sessions, so I've got, you know, training sessions there, but you don't need to worry about that. And the other thing, obviously I record is my weight. I've set myself an 8-week target at the moment. And so I don't record or jump on the scales every day. I don't think that's wise. And I go for little gains over the period. So, you know, I put my starting weight, and in the last 2 weeks I've had a gradual win. You know, I only lost 2 ounces last week, maintained the same, but I did quite a few gym sessions, so I've probably, you know, hopefully gained a little bit of muscle there. I weigh myself on this. I've got a Seca weighing scales once a week. But, you know, as long as you keep a standard scales, then you're fine. So, you know, as I say, a little bit more laptop I am, but it doesn't need to be. It just needs to be about committing, writing something down, set yourself some targets, and set yourself your smarter goals. Hope you enjoyed the blog. Again, tune in next Tuesday for the second edition of Keith Martin on the nutrition side, then a very special guest next week.